From a hidden Lion King Easter egg to a terrifying discovery, these are 25 secrets in Fortnite Season 4. With Chrome spreading across the island, you can now get your hands on the Evo Chrome rifle and shotgun, which could only be found in Chrome chests. But did you know there's another secret way to get them? Throw the new Chrome splashes onto any chest to easily turn them into the new metallic one. This actually changes the loot inside, meaning you could spawn your own Evo Chrome weapons if you want them. And so now that you're in need of some, check this out. You can find them as floor loot or any chest across the island, but you could also harvest them from chromed objects. Walls, floors, and even chairs can all be mined and have a chance to drop a chrome splash. But thanks to this neat trick, you can turn any building chrome with a single splash and harvest tons more from it, practically duplicating them. And it doesn't end there, because if you use an SMG on these chrome objects, then it'll break the game and spawn hundreds of them. Speaking of duplication, that'll likely be happening with rifts as more will be appearing in the sky. Right now, there is just one rift high above Loot Lake, and it's the first storyline rift we've seen on the island since Chapter 2 Season 4 when Thor arrived. As the season continues, we can see even more rifts appear as the 0 Point continues to bring things back to the island in a desperate attempt to save itself from the Herald and the Chrome takeover. And it's already taking effect. If you look right now below the rift, in-game you'll find the OG Loot Lake house is back. The last time we saw it like this was in Chapter 1 Season 5, and it has finally returned. For those who remember, even the cave underneath is included, so let's hope more of these rifts continue to emerge above the island throughout the season. I think we'd all love to see more nostalgic places come back, but an Easter egg in the update has thrown us all back to our childhood. I never expected to see a Lion King reference in Fortnite. Grizz is a brand new skin in the Battle Pass, and it's quite literally a bear cub controlling a giant robot. But you gotta turn your attention to his built-in emote, because it's a direct reference to the scene where Rafiki holds up Simba. Pretty unlikely we'll see a collab, but it's Fortnite, so who knows? And if you've watched the season trailers that released, you might have noticed this unreleased weapon. It's called the Unstable Liquid Gun, and it'll be arriving later this season. It's set to shoot a stream of goo at your opponents and then literally make them explode. I mean, definitely unstable. I think we all love to see fun items like this added, so keep them coming epic. But don't go using it against any animals, because they just got even friendlier. You can still tame wolves and boars as usual, but now you can actually pet them. If you've ever felt too attached to these guys when you tame them, now you'll only feel even worse if anything happens to them, so make sure to show up some love. The Chrome this season also offers a new way to mess with your emotes. Whenever you're in Chrome form, any emotes you do will be completely distorted and sound metallic, especially ones with lyrics. Now, unlike previous times Epic have used this, it won't affect voice chat, so don't worry about talking with your friends while playing. Not everything is getting destroyed this season. The house just east of Tilted Towers has finally been rebuilt. Since the war in Season 2, the Yellow House was left destroyed and started being rebuilt in Season 3. A whole season later and it's completed, and this time it is green. But now there's a secret inside. There's a hidden basement which belongs to the Seven and has a ton of lab equipment to figure out everything going on with the Chrome. There's even a special panel which you'll need to use for the first set of storyline quests this season. Even though we've seen a ton of map changes already, it is not stopping there. The Chrome is set to spread more across the island as the season continues, even reaching as far as Greasy Grove. In this part of the trailer, you can catch a glimpse at what it'll look like later in the season. Leaks even show that the reality tree will be overtaken by Chrome 2. Sliding also got a new update today. Now, whenever you're sliding downhill at speed, you can even slide straight into enemies and knock them back. It doesn't do any damage, but if you use it well, you can even kick them straight off a cliff. Let's just hope it doesn't happen to you until we get the new launch pads. Leakers have found that Epic are working on a new version of the item where you'll be able to throw it down like a grenade instead of placing it as a trap. It'll take up an extra slot, but that means they're even easier to save yourself from falling to your death. And since you can't place traps in Zero build, they're a perfect addition, finally adding a way to use launch pads in the mode. Something that's made an unexpected return is more wildlife. Both chickens and frogs have been involved with the new season. You can still use them for meat to heal up, and they can even be turned into Chrome 2. When we saw what happened to the island, everyone is worried about our favorite characters, and thankfully the squad of henchmen are still safe and roaming the map, so you'll probably come across them pretty soon as they're having fun around the island. Let's just hope they avoid the Chrome. We wouldn't want anything bad to happen to these guys. I mean, they've been through enough. Keep them safe, Epic. Another thing that's getting locked away is all the loot. You probably come across the new vaults this season which use keys. You might be happy to know that the 7 outpost vaults have also been updated. The squad locks have been removed and replaced with key ones, so now you won't need a friend or animal to be able to open them. Instead, you'll have to come across a key which have a chance to spawn in chests. Now, a vault you'll probably be familiar with is over at RAVE Cave, which has got its blimp back. The loopers have reclaimed one of the crashed ships and decorated it just like the rest of the POI. It adds a lot more loot back to the location and even a brand new vault inside. This is a high level one, so you'll need 2 keys to open it and claim all the loot inside. Since we saw Paradigm jump into the 0 Point in the trailer, we've been left wondering what's gonna happen next. The remaining reality tree roots around the island now have an interesting aura when you get near, as they radiate even more energy, and if you listen carefully, you could even hear a distorted voice. Well, it turns out this voice is Paradigm trying to contact us, and in one of the quests, you'll be tasked to set up a translator to hear her from Reality 659. But if you're interested in all the fun items arriving this season, don't worry, because there's so much returning. From the HENCHMEN umbrella, which is honestly super underrated, to Wolverine's mythic claws making a return for the end of the Marvel comics. And there's even more. Batman Day was just a few days ago, and it looks like they'll be making a return to Fortnite. Both mythic items have been updated with the season, so you should be seeing the return of the grapnel gun and the batarangs very soon. Not to mention, we'll also be seeing lightsabers again. Darth Vader may have only just left, but now one of the most famous characters from Star Wars is set to arrive. Yeah, Luke Skywalker is finally coming to Fortnite this season, and he'll come with 2 of his very own lightsaber mythics. When you go to fight him, you might even notice that it's even more dramatic now. Whenever you shoot any gun, your camera has a shaking effect, adding a little more dynamic to the gameplay. So if your screen is randomly shaking, don't worry, you're not missing an event. And you don't want to miss this insane secret. You can actually break into the lustrous lagoon vault without using any keys. Using a chrome splash, you can slide underneath the vault as a blob and glitch through the floor to break the loot inside. You can even pick up the item, so it is definitely overpowered. If you're wondering what the customizable item is this season, it's actually going to be for this guy. Lights has a chrome pickaxe with a ton of styles that you can unlock by completing challenges, so you'll be able to choose whichever version you like. Something else with a ton of variants is the PAWNTOON. As you know, it can spawn all around the island, but it's actually got a new update this season. Just like other POIs avoiding the chrome, the boat now has jets and is flying in midair. It even has a launch pad, so it's perfect for rotation. Another secret in the past is Spider-Gwen's emote. If you watch closely, you'll actually see it's got slower movements as a reference to the animation style in the Spider-Verse movie. But an animation you'll be even more surprised to see is if an NPC starts reviving you. In addition to all the new follower commands you could give them, they now have the ability to help you or any of your down teammates. It's super helpful if your teammates are still stuck in a fight and your hired NPC can help you back up. But unfortunately, this does not work in solo, so don't try it. And in the Season 4 trailer, there was an insane secret that 99% of people didn't notice. In the background, as the scientist turns into chrome, you can spot 3 vats, and they actually contain the silhouette of a llama, a banana, and finally, an entire person. Could this be foreshadowing a Fortnite skin, or was the scientist running different experiments on each species? I mean, this is an amazing Easter egg. Another weapon returning in Season 4 is the charged shotgun. It is arguably one of the most controversial weapons in the game, but we haven't seen it since Chapter 2, so should finally make a comeback soon. And if you don't trust your teammates with it, you can now give them orders. The squad comms have been updated, so if you don't have a mic, you'll be able to easily communicate with your team with a ton of new quick chat options. And if your whole team is in need of improvement, luckily Epic has got you covered. They are working on a brand new training ground LTM where you'll be able to roam the island and practice to improve your skills. It'll even have versions to play with your friends, and if you want to practice 0 builds, there's even a version for that too. We were also just a week away from Fortnite's 5th birthday. Battle Royale was released all the way back in late 2017, and we'll be getting a ton of cake and free rewards to celebrate its 5th anniversary. So if you all enjoyed, it's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.